Hello, I had a request. I did I recorded a version of Silver Machine, or bass and vocals, also based just on its own, of Silver Machine by Hawkwind, obviously with the bass played by Lemmy. I had a request if I could break that down and show it. So technically this is probably another how to play like Lemmy video, which I said I wasn't going to make any more of, but I lied. Never trust a bloke from London. No, as I say, because I had a request, so thank you very much for that, and I'll have a look at it. So as I recorded a couple of versions, one bass and vocals, and the other one just bass on my channel, this channel Nana Nagasaki. There's a, when not, it's usually covered, there's that kind of, I call it the Sid Vicious style of bass. And first of all, I'm not knocking anyone, or whatever the word is, certainly not. I'm just saying commonly the propensity is to play sort of, sort of dum school of bass playing. It's no surprise anyone who's even vaguely familiar with Lemmy to know it's very, very different. That said, in Hawkwind, Lemmy, also one thing people never really point out and seem to note as much as he played bass a lot higher. He carried a lot higher. When he was in Moted, it was more the sort of the gunslinger thing down, or whatever you might call it. But yeah, he seemed to be higher up. But there's the drone strings and chordal work and all the rest going on. And I've backed the gain off a bit on my amp so it doesn't make so much noise basically, but also to get the Hawkwind sound a bit, which wasn't so distorted as overdriven or whatever as when Lemmy was in Motorhead or started Motorhead. So I mean, you could, there's a thing of when he joined Hawkwind, I think it was the 20th show, there was Hawkwind, there was Motorhead the next day, and Lemmy was really like dismissive about it, said Hawkwind had gone to crap and all this, said, oh, Brock took his eye off the ball or something. But he's there and the mic's totally jacked up, his legs are stride, and it's really slamming 12 bars. So then you go down drone strings, and the guitarist beside him just not Dave Brock, another guitarist, just like, oh shit. So let's look. So doing the drone string thing straight A and the 12 bar, bottom A, the octave on the 7th fret of the D, 9th fret on the G. Then you've got that stretch there. It helps to sort of, almost like when you're starting out, exaggerate it. There's always make the big movements and they get smaller and smaller and quicker as you get more used to doing them. It goes for a lot of stuff, and this as well. And then you can just play across all three strings. Really slamming type work. But there's a lot of and anyone watching my videos is going to be sick of me saying this, but there's a lot of precision and stuff. It's definitely not just him, he's really sort of holding it. Precision work with the pick. It's worth just doing that. And what is this part of my, knock my coffee over there for my bass head. There, I've got it resting lightly on the bottom E. So I can slam all four strings if I'm not covering, obviously. It's not going to sound very nice, so I'm going to. And as always doing these videos, I show the whole song, but it's just parts of it can be taken for different exercises to improve general technique. Start doing that, start off with that. Even this the octave thing on the two strings. Introduce the 5th as it is. And the 5th note, when they say 4ths and 5ths and 6ths and all that, usually of a major scales. It's that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not that. First. Which is the E. Or in that case, it's the E. Then he's sliding it up just to the B, and there you can no longer hit that bottom A. So I've got the tip of my finger there, just lightly touching the A, so it's choked, and I keep my there's a few things I might do. I'm not keeping my that part of my hand on the bottom E as well. So I've got the bottom 2 strings choked off, but I can still so that's like the 12 bar thing. You could go up to the D. I think that's what Lemmy did when he did the 20th anniversary show. I don't know if they had an argument backstage, but he just looks pissed, and he's taking like Lemmy. He's just taking no prisoners when he plays that. But another nice thing to do is classic Lem, open D, 7th fret on the G there, and get that thumb over if you can. Knock those 2 strings out. That's another way to choke. Or if you want to really go mad, you can hit the D on the A as well, 5th fret. Then you've got the E on its own. So it's so far where I'll slow it down a bit. Temptation, or some I've seen it done sometimes, people do chords, but it's personal preference, is it really? But I do a single note. It just sounds too muddy to me. All that sort of thing. That's when I just do a single note. But again, avoiding the dum dum dum. That's sort of Sid Vicious, which was, I think, didn't let me try and teach Sid Vicious bass one time. After half an hour, said it's not going to happen, and then Sid Vicious got in the Sex Pistols playing bass. But to be able to still slam it, get that thumb over, just touching the E, and the actual finger, I've got my third finger holding down the E. Also cover those 2 strings, lightly touching those 2 strings with that finger there, so you can hit across all 4 strings. But you're just getting the a harmonic there or something playing in the background. So yeah, it's trial and error, this sort of thing. You just got to play as it becomes natural to you, not thinking about it. Excuse me, my voice is going. Let's take a swig of coffee. Cheers. Right. I mean, man, that's basically the song. That's the central thing. It's, like a boogie riff. It's like, who was the drummer on the classic video? So, it was Robert Calvert originally sang it at the I think it was a Roundhouse gig, 1972. They played it back. His vocals were awful, and at the time, Calvert sadly he was a lot of mental health problems, so he was actually sectioned, I think. And they tried all the band members so you could sing it to overdub the vocals, and Lemmy was last. He got it in 2 takes, and he sort of became the star of the band. He'd only been in them for 6 months. Hawkwind. He was on the front cover of NME on his own, and he'd been in the band for 6 months. He loved all that. But one thing I really liked was Simon King, the drums. He had no idea what he was playing. He said afterwards he thought it was Chuck Berry and Johnny B. Goode. So back in Louisiana, busting New Orleans. So that's a central riff. Then all you got there is a 2-note thing. I've got a silver machine. That's just, and what I say about things being an exercise in themselves, this could be an exercise in itself. That's one way of playing it. Play across all the strings to practice that dampening. That'd be a good exercise to practice the dampening. See my finger is there. It's choking that E, and it's lying across those 2 there. So I can hit everything, but only that 7th fret on the A is sounding. Top of my finger touching that and choking these 2. can beef it up, or whatever the expression is, by doing the drone thing again on the D. I'll slow it down, just show my fingers and thumbs, just so I can actually, you can see how I'm choking it maybe. Alright, across all 3 strings. Yeah, and it's some covers like just, it's personal preference, but it always sounds too much to me. I've got a silver machine, I've got a silver machine, etc. We'll be about 10 minutes ago. I don't want too much longer. I'll just show a couple of nice little bass runs, which Lemmy, I think Motor covered this, or played it, whatever, in about 95. I don't think it was long after Wurzel acrimoniously left the band that they chucked it in, the 3 of them, Phil Campbell, Lemmy and Mickey D, just for a while. And I had a couple of little bass runs, Lemmy tricks of it. Nice little run down there. When you're on the E, D, and that takes you back to your A one more time. An alternate picking, just up and down strokes. The other one is going up. That's a good one. You know, killing floor riff by Howling Wolf, but alternate picking. So 7th fret on the A string, 6th on the D, 7th, 8th, 9th, and that. Get all the fingers working there. Or if you're like me, cheat and just push the third one up. But it is a good idea to get the little finger working if you haven't done already. For years, I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't use my little finger much, and eventually I got some guitar lessons and I had to pretty much learn how to do it again. The guitar teacher was like, you're not going to get anywhere if you don't use your little finger. So anyway, that's a good exercise to use it. So that's basically it. I just took a ride in a silver machine, I'm still feeling mean. And then I got a silver machine, I got a silver machine. Alright, I think I'll stop it there. As always, any questions, queries or otherwise, please let me know. But I think that covered pretty much all of it. Alright, cheers.